Welcome to Howard's Opinion, the podcast where we dive into the latest and greatest in the world of sports. I'm your host, Howard, and I'm excited to share my thoughts and opinions with you today. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you, and we're going to kick it off with a story that's been making waves in the soccer world. You may recall the controversy surrounding Gio Reyna at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. The young player was at the center of a highly publicized fallout between his family and former manager Greg Berhalter, which led to a lot of speculation about his future with the national team. But it seems like Reyna has put all that drama behind him, and he's proving himself to be a valuable asset to the team. In the recent World Cup match against Paraguay, Reyna scored an incredible goal, showcasing his skill and talent on the field. The goal was a beautiful display of patience, composure, and sheer athleticism, and it sent the crowd into a frenzy. But what's even more impressive is the way Reyna has seemingly turned a corner, both on and off the pitch. According to reports, Reyna has been working hard to put the past behind him and focus on his game. He's been facing questions from reporters about the controversy, but he's consistently said that he's grown from the experience and is focused on the present. And it shows. His performance on the field has been outstanding, and he's clearly earned the trust of his manager, Mauricio Pochettino. But what really caught my attention was the celebration after the goal. Reyna pretended to suck his thumb and put the ball inside his shirt, a shout-out to his wife, who's expecting their first child. It was a heartwarming moment that showed a more personal side of the player, and it's clear that he's got his priorities in order. As we look ahead to the rest of the World Cup, it'll be interesting to see how Reyna continues to perform. Can he keep up this level of play and help lead his team to victory? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure: Gio Reyna is a player to watch. We'll be right back with more fascinating sports news on Howard's Opinion. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion. We're taking a break from politics and diving into the world of sports for our middle segment today. I want to talk about a story that's been making headlines in the NFL. Former San Francisco 49ers and Oakland Raiders linebacker Aldon Smith has passed away, but what's been on my mind is the tragic tale of another former NFL player, Aldon's counterpart in terms of talent and troubles. Aldon is not the subject of our discussion today, though. The story that caught my attention is about Aldon's fellow Missourian and former first-round draft pick, who wore the number 99 for the 49ers. But I'm actually referring to Aldon's fellow pass rusher from the 2011 draft class. No, not Von Miller or J.J. Watt. Today, we're discussing the life and career of Aldon Smith's fellow talented but troubled athlete. No, that's still not right. All right, let me start over. The story I want to share with you all is about a former NFL player who had it all: talent, speed, agility, and a promising career ahead of him. His name is not as relevant now as it was nearly a decade ago when he first burst onto the scene as a rookie sensation for the San Francisco 49ers, but I think his story deserves to be told because we just learned about another tragic loss in the sports world. That being said, today we're talking about the late Aldon Smith's friend and fellow NFL player. No? Let me try this one last time. Today on Howard's Opinion, I want to talk to you all about a former NFL defensive end who played for several teams, including the 49ers and Raiders. This athlete had an incredible start to his career, but ultimately struggled with off-field issues that affected his play and led to multiple suspensions. He's not alone. We see this story play out time and again in professional sports, where talented individuals struggle to cope with fame, fortune, and personal demons. The player I'm referring to is, indeed, Aldon Smith, the former Missouri Tiger who was taken 7th overall by the San Francisco 49ers back in 2011. He exploded onto the scene as a rookie with 14 sacks, earning him a second-place finish in Defensive Rookie of the Year voting behind only Von Miller. The following season, he broke out with an astonishing 19.5 sacks, setting a franchise record for the 49ers and cementing his status as one of the most feared pass rushers in the league. However, it was not meant to last. Off-field issues began to plague him, including multiple DUI arrests, a stint in rehab, and even a weapons charge. These incidents led to suspensions that significantly impacted his playing time and effectiveness on the field. Despite attempts to revive his career with the Oakland Raiders and later the Dallas Cowboys, he was never able to regain the form that made him so dominant early on. Aldon Smith's story serves as a cautionary tale about the fleeting nature of success in professional sports and the importance of addressing personal issues before they derail not just a career, but a life. His struggles with substance abuse and run-ins with the law are a reminder of the challenges many athletes face when transitioning to life after football. As we reflect on Aldon Smith's journey, it's also important to consider the broader context of athlete mental health and well-being. The pressures of performing at an elite level, combined with the scrutiny of being in the public eye, can take a significant toll. It highlights the need for better support systems within sports organizations to help athletes navigate these challenges. Welcome back to the show, folks. As we wrap up today's episode of Howard's Opinion, I want to dive into a fascinating story that's been making waves in the world of baseball. You might have heard about Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the talented Dodgers pitcher who came agonizingly close to achieving perfection on the mound. Yamamoto's impressive performance against the White Sox on Saturday had everyone on the edge of their seats. The ace pitcher struck out 7 hitters and threw 109 pitches over 8-1-3 innings, leaving fans and pundits alike in awe. He was mere outs away from pitching a perfect game, only to be foiled by an error from shortstop Mookie Betts. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, what's the big deal? It's just a game. But let me tell you, this is more than that. This is about the human element, the emotional roller coaster that these athletes go through every time they step onto the field. Yamamoto's near-perfect game is a testament to his skill, dedication, and perseverance. As the first delved deeper into the story, I couldn't help but think about the historical context of perfect games in baseball. You see, only a handful of pitchers have achieved this feat, and it's a truly exclusive club. Sandy Koufax, the legendary Dodgers pitcher, is still the only one in franchise history to have thrown a perfect game. Yamamoto's performance might not have resulted in a perfect game, but it's a reminder that these athletes are capable of extraordinary things when they're at the top of their game. And let's not forget, this is a guy who won World Series MVP last season. He's already etched his name into Dodgers history, and I have no doubt he'll continue to make waves in the baseball world. As we close out today's show, I want to leave you with a thought. What if Yamamoto had pitched that perfect game? How would it have changed the narrative of the season? Would it have propelled the Dodgers to even greater heights? These are the kinds of questions that keep us sports fans up at night, and I love it. That's all for today's Howard's Opinion. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, keep your head in the game.